Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. It is Anthony from the Daily Truth, the truth in 5 minutes or less. Please like this video, share this video, do all said things with this video. So, today we're going to talk a week after post-election opinions on politics and where we all go from here. So, if anybody watches my political show, Truth Will Set You Free, you guys might have learned last night, if you watched all the way to the end, that I'm going to be taking a break, not only from the show, but politics in general. And not to sound like I might be lying or anything like that. Like, yes, I'm going to be throwing some of my information to some of the conservative networks and see if there's any chance for work in that field, just to be clear. But from an individual perspective, one of the things that I will be changing up bigly is how much I'm on this guy talking about politics, the fact that I'm going to be weekly doing this show. I don't know if that goes on forever where I distance myself, but what I can tell you is this is weeks in the coming, and I'm going to tell you why. And it was official to me on Wednesday. Like, there was people that I work with that had talked to other people, knowing that, where I stand politically, be like, Anthony must be over the moon. Anthony must be elated. Anthony must be all these different things. In all reality, Anthony was tired. I was happy with the results of the election. As many of you that follow me on all my different channels might know, I think that it was the right choice for America. I have no gloating in me. I've got no joy. I said that leading weeks up to it, like when people are going, trolling me and just being like, your guys got no chance. Kamala's got it in the bag, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, and making jokes. I'm like, this isn't funny to me. This is something that means something. I've spent 4.5 years of my life without any financial gain to fight for what I perceived and what I believed was truth. And it's exhausting to be at the end of that line and to feel like maybe there might have been just a glimpse of impact I might have had. And Kelly even talked to me. She's like, how do you think that you actually had an effect on people? And it's just the same as marketing. It's like, I can't say that I shifted a voter over. I can't. Like, I have no, Cash obviously was, sometimes he'll do the one-on-ones and people will switch and they'll go like, oh my God, I never thought about that. That's not my superpower. But what I can tell you is I saw people that I know fought me 4 years ago, said that I was a terrible human, that ended up wearing a Trump shirt this year. And I think part of it is like marketing. And here's a lesson in marketing. When you're doing marketing, that I think the average, because of the way our brains work in 2023, 2024, and probably moving on, it takes, what's up, Cash? It's 39 hits before you make a purchase. I think it's the same thing. So it's like, if I share a post or I make a funny post, or if we're working together to make a post and somewhere amidst it, I'm one of the 39 hits that somebody makes before they made the decision to switch their political affiliation or be motivated to go to the polls and vote. I do believe somewhere along the way, I played a role. And worst case scenario, there's a lot of people that felt alone that enjoyed hearing me talk about politics. So at least I made those people feel better about their life, and that's been confirmed, especially as of late. But ultimately, there's still issues in this country, so I can't be excited. I can't be fully sad if Kamala would have won, and I can't be excited if Trump would have won. Like, there's still racism. Like, there's still things, there's still issues. Then there's still the far right wing. Like, people going, I see it, like, the left is really quiet. The protests haven't burnt down a city yet. They're planning something. No, like, just let it be. Let it be. And I think that there was a point where I reached a level of internal stress that just didn't validate my external need for actually being a happy person. I started to grow to dislike people. And I gave this information to a guy I met years ago who was like, it was ruining his marriage because he got so into the conservative politics and the Alex Jones, and he was so buried so deep in it. And his wife and him, just, even though she agreed with him, she's like, I can't take him. When you can't properly digest the stress that comes with looking at a political climate in this country, you have to I told him, you have to just step aside, do something different, continue with what I'm doing here, continue with the positivity every day, continue with the speaking events, continue to try to change lives all through the world, all through the country. Like, have the speaking classes, which, by the way, tonight is Wednesday, free speaking class, doubledownspeaking.com. Join me. It is free, 6 p.m. Central. But like doing all the things that enrich the world around me, and not to say that I stay away from politics, because if I do my daily truth and something hits a nerve, I'll probably do a little political chatter. But the one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to go back and forth with morons on my side or the opposite. The hate I've seen from the left has been drastically worse than the hate I've seen from the right. New emerging king, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. He's got the kids that he funds that are in the inner city communities. And King Randall, his example of how the hate, he did 2 posts. He did the Kamala Harris post. He's like, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm voting for Trump. And his supporters that have supported the kids and all that he does, these communities, and how he prepares these young men that otherwise would be troubled, prepares them for real life, and all the good that he does. The Trump supporter says, hey, and this is based on his own words. He's like, his comments were like, hey, I still support what you're doing, but bro, I hope you wake up. Like, that's not the way that it is, bro. Like, all these bros, and like, I disagree, this, that, and the other. The other side, however, was like, F you, never following you again. I can't believe you're this big of a piece of shit. I can't believe, like, the side that preaches against racism became that way. With that said, I also hear a story. I just left a university for Fox Big Noon Kickoff, where it's like, these kids were fun, very red group of students. And then I'm hearing about somebody that was on the sidelines, like actually there next to Deion Sanders, and the fact that they were hearing racial slurs all over the place. So it's like, you do have racism inside the Republican Party. You got racism inside the Democrat Party. The job is not done in this country. And the best way to heal that is to continue to be positive, to continue to put good content out there and do what you can. Again, I'm not forever leaving the world of politics. There'll be little points here and there, but I need a breather. And I need to tell you that if you're somebody coming in my comments being a wackadoo, just unfollowing. I'm not doing it. I helped. One of my favorite things, to a point, is to help people when they're in trouble with somebody in their family or a friend group, and they're on their Facebook page. Like, how do I answer this? I've done it for my mom. I've done it for several different people. Somebody asked me to do it last week, and they told me how what I did for them was so helpful. And I love doing stuff like that. But at the same time, like, there's a level of unhealthy, and I got to step away for a bit. And I think if you feel that way too, like, look, we won. We've got the House, we've got the Senate, we've got, logic and sanity, for the most part, are back in charge. Doesn't mean that there isn't, in that logic and sanity, a bunch of corrupt hit politicians. It doesn't mean that at all. But just know that, let's just get to positivity. Maybe everybody take a break from politics. Like, look, here's the deal. If 3 weeks from now, like, there really is those, all the people far right that are going, like, they're planning something. They're going to take us out. They're going to take us down, which I don't think is going to happen. If something like that happens, I'll pop back on. We'll see what's happening. But in the meantime, enjoy the win. Be a decent human being to your friends and to your family. Try to mend relationships. Last thing I'll leave you with is my old friend that went through I talked a lot about it, but this summer he wanted his people wanted privacy. You've known him for biscuits and gravy. He's been on a lot of the stuff with Be the Change and stuff before it got political. Had a battle with brain bleed, leukemia, etc. And he'll never be the person that he was before. But what's interesting is our friendship stopped because of politics, stopped because of me going to the Capitol on January 6th. And I never heard from him again, like literally unfriended on Facebook. So he's got good long-term memory, no short-term, and still trying to fight back right now, which he had almost no chance of living. And the fact he's here is a miracle. But when a friend of mine showed him my picture, he just yelled, "Anthony," with a smile on his face, and has no memory of the stuff that separated us. And maybe we need the same. I don't know. Maybe we need to brainwash ourselves back into that place of joy. So with that said, done with politics for a little bit. That's all I got. God bless, guys. Don't turn to your pets. Don't be a garbage human being. and I will talk to you guys later.